know these girls, so you need to be careful who you're talking to.
Hey, what's up? What's going on, everybody? You have now tuned into my Bad Girls Club recap, okay? Guys, be sure to subscribe if you haven't yet done so. Also, check out my other videos. I got Love and Hip Hop popping right now. It's almost done. Well, New York is almost done. I've also been doing the haves and have-nots, but I think I'm going to kind of replace it with this one because this is like the last season from what I heard. I mean, they might get taken up by another network, but as of right now, they're saying that this could be the last season for the Bad Girls Club. I mean, they made it 17 seasons strong, so you know that's pretty impressive for a show with all this controversy. They was one of the first people to start off all that fighting and stuff and violence on TV. Alright, so this one's called Coastal Clash, and this is where we have East Coast girls over here, East Side, New York, you know what I'm talking about, and then we have the West Coast girls. So, I'm going to start off talking about each one because they kind of introduced them like that. So, we're going to go down the line. We start off with Deshayla. She was from the East Coast. She said she was from Virginia, and she seems like she was pretty real. She said she could turn any girl out as long as they give her that little itsy bitsy opening. She's good, you know what I mean. She can turn you out. And from what she did show, she has a girlfriend. She seemed like she could be girly, like she was wearing her heels, you know, her little bustier and stuff like that. But she also seemed like she'll tell it like it is. So I like that about her so far. But a lot of times I could like somebody in the beginning and it changes once I really get to know how they are. I'm the kind of person, I need to really get a feel for you before I can really say use my true, not even people's, we could even hang out like that on a consistent level. Then after we do that, there's levels to my friendship, you know what I mean? After we do that and I really see that we really vibe like that, then maybe depending on what has happened throughout this time, then perhaps I can call you my friend, like a real friend. Because everybody just want to throw around the friend card here and there and the love card here and there. I love you, you my friend. You don't even know me. How you my friend? You know? What would you really do for me if there was a bad situation? Nada. You probably leave me there. So, nah, you're not my friend. Anyway, so we got a new chick. Her name was Kiyanna. She was from Brooklyn. So, that's over here in New York. And Kiyanna, she seems pretty fun, pretty cool. She's a big girl representing over here. I'm pretty sure people's gonna probably compare her to what you call it, to Tanisha, because they're both from Brooklyn, both big girls, and both black. I mean, I think it seems like that's where it ends, because she doesn't seem as hardcore as Tanisha was. You know, Tanisha's my Caribbean boo. You know what I mean? Then we have Sayyora. She was from Los Angeles. She said she was Muslim. And she doesn't like people from New York and New Jersey. I don't even think she gave a reason. What you don't like us for? She's already on my crap list. Because you just prejudging. How you going to prejudge people from a whole entire not even one state, but 2 states? Have you met everybody in New York and New Jersey? I doubt it. So how you going to say you don't like them? Anyways. So yeah, she's a pre-law student. And I just feel like that's stupid, because what are you doing on the Bad Girls Club if you're doing so well in life? You should be getting your education and doing what you got to do. Now you're going to, I don't know if that's her real name, but if it is her real name, now when clients Google you, they're going to see you kissing girls, turning up on the Bad Girls Club. I don't think that's somebody that they would want to represent them. Unless you're going to be a public defender, then they'll give you to anybody, and they really don't care about you that much. You know, those are the ones that they just give to the poor people. So maybe she'll be a public defender. That's the only way I could see you surviving, you know, after being on the Bad Girls Club. How can anyone even take you seriously in a courtroom? I don't understand that. Do you not think about your future? So Keyaira was the next person that they introduced. She was from Compton, and she was that she's being from the hood makes her a bad girl. she said that she does that when she talks to people. A lot of people are like, wow, like you don't even seem like you're from the hood. That's probably because she speaks to like the hood people, you know. But I feel like it's always good to be able to switch up. You know what I mean? Like me, I can talk like hood, if you want to say that, because I'm from the Bronx, I'm from New York. But if I'm speaking to clients, if I'm speaking to a lawyer, you know, certain people, I'm going to make sure that I enunciate and pronounce all my words correctly, and I'm not using slang, because I feel like there's a time and place for everything, you know what I mean? And I feel like there's some people that, unfortunately, they're not able to do that, and I never wanted to be that person, because in certain situations, I just want people to take me seriously and not just prejudge me because of the way I speak, you know? I heard it coming out just now, didn't y'all? But yeah, exactly. Like that's how I feel like it is. Like I feel like, and there's some people, like I remember when I was in school, there was some people that the way they would talk is the same way they would write an essay, you know, and that's ridiculous. You're writing hood and slang words on an essay that you have to turn in to get a grade. Like that's where the whole there's a time and place for everything comes into play, which some people, unfortunately, in the hood don't seem to learn. Anyway, so Keyaira, she initially says that she didn't really like Sayyora because Sayyora was like one of those pretty girls, those pretty girls, and she usually don't like those types. So she was already feeling some type of way about her, but she was like, you know what, she's from the West Coast, so I'm going to give her a chance. We're going to ride this out. Susan, she's from Washington. She says she loves to live life on her own terms. She also mentioned she was Mexicano, and she's also married. She got married to a Muslim guy because, well, at that point, I don't think she said it yet, but the reason why she said eventually she said she got married to the Muslim guy was because in that type of religion, you can't just go having sex with any old random person, and I guess she was young and really wanted to have sex with him, or maybe the other way around. So she was like, all right, I'll marry you. But she says she has someone that she has sex with regularly, and she also has someone else as well. And throughout this episode, we've seen her flirting and kissing a lot of different guys. So she's very free-spirited, but I feel like she's a little too free-spirited, because if you're having sex with so many guys, there's no way that you can be safe or whatever, but things break, you know what I mean? And if you're having sex most likely without any protection with your husband, then you can possibly bring him home a disease, you know? She said she's never gotten caught so far, but I don't know, it's just a real sticky situation. Because she did mention later on that she does love him, but he's not the only person that she has sex with. So, but he's never caught her. But I guess he's going to find out now, because you allowed yourself to be put out there like there's no cameras watching you. You're going to disgrace not only yourself, but, I mean, maybe she don't care what she does, because she says she's done stuff like this before. But she's going to disgrace this guy's family, who probably thought he was really married in a real relationship for love. Like, you know, they don't really like stuff like that. Unless they're back in his hometown, then maybe she can get away with it. But I don't know. It's not a good look. Who we had next after that, we have Francesca. She's from Connecticut. She seems like a real fun, like Barbie kind of girl. She got mad tattoos like Sayyora. But I really like the way her tattoos like pop. She's like a rocker chick. She seems like real cool. Like she seems like somebody I could definitely hang out with. She reminds me of somebody that I used to know a long time ago. And yeah, just like real cool and everything. And the last girl that they showed, her name was Seven. It said in her bio that they put on the screen that she was from some part of Maryland, but I'm guessing it's borderline between Maryland and Washington, because she kept on claiming Washington. So I'm like, how you claiming Washington, but it said you're from Maryland? That's two entirely different states. But I think it said, because she kept on saying DC, but I think the place that it said she was from was like something Washington, Maryland, but the state is Maryland. So I don't know how that really works for her, but she kept claiming DC, so I guess she's more so from Washington. Yeah, she was like a pretty girl. She says she does get into trouble or whatever. And she, even though she's so pretty, I like the fact that she's real active. Like she wakeboards or some kind of board. I don't know what it's called. She does some skateboard kind of stuff. she called it another name, but I forgot what it was. And she also said she did some hockey because her dad's white and her mom is black. She looked like she got some real good hair. I don't know if that's all her hair, but it looked like it's pretty good. It could have been relaxed too, but you know, it looks like she got a good amount of hair. You know, good hair. Let's not get into that conversation. Good hair. Anyway, so yeah, she kind of has like this exotic look. She's a really pretty girl though. Like as soon as Deshayla saw her, she was like falling in love. She's like, oh my god, she's gonna get me in trouble. But we don't know. We'll see. That's to be continued. Susan starts telling Sayyora all of her business, and I hate when these girls do that. Like, how you just meet somebody today and you want to tell them your life story. Like, she's dead telling her about how her husband's Muslim. Like, pretty much all the things that I just told you is what she was telling this girl, who she don't know from nowhere. She don't know her from Adam, as Abby say. Like, how the hell you gonna tell this girl all your business when you don't know her from nowhere? So she's just pretty much taking it in. She's thinking she's gaining a new friend by telling her all of these things. Because, you know, a lot of times when you meet somebody, you try to relate to them. You try to, like, I mean, I don't be doing this. I listen to what they have to say. But I ain't going to spread it all around the town. I'm going to listen. I'm going to take it in. And I'm going to just keep it. And that's it. Unless you give me a reason I need to tell it to other people. But other than that, like, especially when they become friends, like, I want to hold on to whatever it is that you told me. Like, I'm not going to just blab it out to everybody. So, yeah, she thought she was making a friend, so she feels like she wants to tell her all of her dirty little secrets. I'm just like, girl, you got a lot to learn. You really do. I was just like, girl, what's wrong with you? So, Keyaira, she seems to be the one that's gonna try to be the leader of the girls from the West Coast, because she's like, my West Coast girls. Like, I don't know. She's like, oh, I gotta make sure they... Like, you don't gotta make sure nothing. Who made you the leader or the captain of the group? I don't know. Like, I don't know. I hate when people do stuff like that. Like, I hate people that are, like, super cocky, overly confident for no reason. Like, confidence is good, but don't be cocky with it. You know what I mean? Don't act like you know everything. Don't, like, appoint yourself to be the leader. Those are characters that I don't get along with too much, and I'll just shy away at the end of the day. So that whole Keyaira trying to be the boss and stuff like that, like, I wasn't really feeling that. So all of the girls, they was talking about Susan after they all went out for the night, and how she was flirting, taking numbers, kissing randoms, and she's sleeping late. And especially Kiyanna. Kiyanna was one of the first ones, like, she's married. Like, she shouldn't be doing that. I don't play that. I'm like, did your dad cheat on your mom, or your mom cheated on your dad, or something like that? Like, she seemed like she got some pent up frustrations or something. Like, something ain't right with her. She was going a little too hard with that. Like, what's wrong with you? I mean, I understand, like, marriage is a big thing and everything, but it seemed like it was just, like, real deeper for her. Like, somebody in her, like, that she was close to might have cheated on somebody else or something, and she saw the pain that they went through. That's what I kind of feel like. So, yeah, all of them was just, like, listening, and they already knew what happened because Sayyora had already told them. So that's why they was able to talk on this situation about how Susan was married and all that. And all of them was pretty much, like, falling into it, having these side conversations while the girl is sleeping, not able to talk about it, defend herself or anything. But Seven, she was just sitting there, like, you know, and this is probably what I would have did. Like, just sat there and just take it in and just kind of be a little disgusted, because it's like, y'all got your priorities mixed up at the end of the day, because y'all should really be looking at Sayyora, because Sayyora is the one who she thought she could confide in, but she's out here slipping and snaking and slithering and, you know, giving away all this girl's business. And so she didn't really say nothing at that point, but she was just kind of looking like, like, y'all really need to think about what y'all saying right now. Don't fall into the trap. So once again, they go out, and again, Susan was flirting with people in the club, and Keyaira and Kiyanna, they kind of pull her to the side, and they just like, nah, you married. Like, here they go again with the whole you married thing. So I think before this, though, they had kind of spoken to her, and Deshayla, I know she was kind of like, you know, finding out the situation now. Like, now she knew what was really going on, so she was kind of easing off on her. Like, she was sorry that she prejudged her, and they seemed like they was all kind of understanding, like, okay, you know, it's not that serious. But then after they went to the club again, and I guess Susan was kind of getting a little sloppy and just flirting and all that, Keyaira and the 2Ks feel like they should take it upon themselves to kind of bring her back, reel her in, and remind her that she's married, even though y'all already said and heard about the real deal situation. So they all in the car, or the party bus or whatever, and she's like, you know, why are you speaking on my marriage? Like, I don't even know anything about it. And Keyaira was just like, first of all, like, you the one speaking on it. You over here telling Sayyora, and Sayyora's the one that told all of us that we wouldn't know anything about you if she ain't say it. And Deshayla agreed, like, yeah, the only way we know anything about you at all is because you told her everything and she told all of us. So, and Sayyora tries to get buck real quick with Keyaira, and Keyaira, they look like they was about to get ready to, like, if the security guard didn't sit in between them, they probably would have started fighting. But he, like, kind of sat there and was ready, like, y'all ain't gonna fight while I'm sitting here. Y'all not gonna do it. He was on his job. He was doing it. He was getting them extra bucks, some extra dollars in. And he was getting some camera time while he was doing it. Yeah, so they was doing that. They came back inside. They was talking about it a little bit. I think Sayyora tried to come back and defend herself because Keyaira was saying something, but Kiyanna, like, pushed her real quick. I was like, damn, the mighty force. Like, she just went like that, and the girl just, like, flew back real quick. But it's like she was trying to run up on her. That's the thing. So Kiyanna was like, nah, you ain't gonna be running up on nobody when her back is turned. Like, she wasn't even ready for that. So she was like, I had to push her back real quick. But I thought I tapped her. I didn't mean to, like, push her that hard. Then Susan, she was crying when she was, I think it was when she was actually still in the party bus. She was crying because she was just like, or maybe it was when Sayyora and her were talking. She was just like, I can't believe that you would put my business out there. And I'm like, how you can't believe it? Like, you don't know what type of person she is. This could be what she does on a daily, like, to all her friends. Do you even know if she has friends? Like, maybe this is her thing, you know? You can't trust everybody that you meet within 5 minutes. I don't even trust people I meet, like, within a couple months. Like, it takes years to gain my trust. I mean, that's kind of sad, and it kind of keeps me in a closed little box, but I feel safe in that box, and I don't have to worry about my friends hurting me or, you know, talking about me behind my back or anything like that, because my circle is so freaking small. I can literally count the people that I chill with on my hand, you know, one hand, maybe less than a hand, you know. that's how it is. And Keyaira, that's when they started fighting, because Keyaira was just like, nah, she fake. And that's when the whole thing happened there. But that was pretty much like the whole entire episode. Right now, like, the girls that I'm kind of liking so far, I think Deshayla, she seems like she's going to be cool and real. Please don't let her change. On this, as she started jumping people, I'm like, nah, I don't like her no more. Kiyanna, I seen her fall, and I think it was Susan that pushed her or for her, whatever. I don't know. She a big girl. She don't need to be falling like that. So, I don't know. I'm going to have to see. And plus, like, the way she was judging that other girl, I'm not really feeling that too much. So, I got to see about her. Sayyora, nah, I can't mess with her. Maybe too, I think Sayyora was going that hard because the dude was Muslim and she Muslim. So, she like, nah, you can't be doing my people like that. So, she wanted to bring Susan down because of that. I feel like that might have been part of it. But I don't know. Who else was pretty cool? Francesca, I mean, I gotta see more of her. Like, she's cool, but I feel like she's forgettable. Like, I barely remembered her until I just saw her name just now. 7. That's my top right there. I mean, she seemed like she might be a little, like, I don't know. Like, I gotta really see her because she got, like, 2 sides to her. She got this boyish side. She got this cool side. But then she also, you can see she's a little bit judgy. But it could be, like, the judgy where you're, like, you know, I'm doing what's right type of thing. So, I don't know. I got to feel her out a little bit more. But, yeah, that's like, right now, Deshayla's at the top for me. But who you feeling right now? Did I leave anybody out? I don't think I did, but I kind of feel like the list looks a little short. But yeah, I will see y'all next Tuesday. Make sure y'all spread the word. You know, I'm doing my recaps again for Bad Girls Club. I didn't do last season or this, like I haven't done Bad Girls Club in a minute, and I wasn't going to do it, but when I heard it might be the finale, I was like, I gotta do it for my thing, you know, I gotta do it. But anyways, thanks guys. Be sure to stay fabulous, live free, and soar limitless. I'll see you in the next one. And I hope you had a happy Valentine's Day, because I actually did at the end. At first I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be a drag, but it got better, and I was happy about that. Alright, see you in the next one.